and everything that was done was executed with a lot of quality. It was excellent. Much better than certain international pageants, if I'm being honest. When Tito Boyabunda came on that screen, I was so excited, but as he was asking that question, I was just like, huh? I saw some people sending hate, and all I could think of is that says more about you than it says about her. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because this is my official review of Binibining Pilipinas 2021, the Grand Coronation Night. Now, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I've been covering this pageant for the past few weeks, and it's been such an exciting journey because I was able to discover so much about this pageant that I was not very familiar with. I've been able to check out previous year's editions, I've been able to talk to some of the current candidates from this year, I've been able to exchange with so many fans and other vloggers and learn from them that honestly I consider this to be a discovery journey. Now obviously I have not been doing all of this and learning so much for no reason. I was actually anticipating the Coronation Night of Binibining Pilipinas 2021, and just like a lot of you were expecting, this is my official review with all of my opinion, my comments, my feedback, and also my mixed emotions. Cause honey, get ready, we got some tea for you today. There is a lot of good and a lot of bad, so get ready for the ride. Every single time that I make a video titled The Truth, I know that it's gonna be a little controversial, so here is a full disclaimer. This is just my personal opinion. These are my thoughts. This is my reasoning. There is absolutely no reason to send hate to anyone or to any of the candidates because all of these ladies are so deserving, so beautiful, so talented. I mean, I'm not questioning any of that. Having that said, if you enjoy my video, please go ahead and leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my comments. And if you don't, also go ahead and tell me. Express yourself, always in a respectful way. I'm always glad to have an open conversation. So without further ado, my friends, let's get into today's review. I'm really excited about this one, so I hope that you enjoy. Be strong. Okay everyone, so let's get right into it. Let's start by talking about the ceremony itself, so the Grand Coronation Night of Binibining Pilipinas 2021. And what I have to say about it is like, honey, they really put the effort when it comes to the production, to the delivery. Every single visual aspect of the show was just on point. As I was telling you before, I've been reviewing some of the previous years, and from what I've been able to gather, this year was for me by far the most polished one. Everything looked beautiful. I liked the pace of the show. It didn't feel extremely rushed, but structured enough for the fans to know where we are heading. Of course, we did have a few missteps here and there, you know, technical issues, especially with the audio. Sometimes when they were bringing people with Zoom calls or, you know, members of the audience that were watching from home, there was a little delay right there. Also, I noticed that sometimes when they will go on commercials, it will take a while before they come back. I don't know if they were trying to figure out some type of problem, but this is to be expected from a live show, if I'm being honest, so I don't see the problem with that. Now let's talk about the hosts. Miss Catriona and Miss Nicole did such an amazing job, and honestly I was not expecting anything else from them because both of them are big names, very respected, and that have a reputation in this industry. I enjoyed their dynamic from beginning to end. They were synchronized, they were funny, they were witty, and there were not a lot of mistakes, you know, because they are allowed to make mistakes. I mean, they're human, so. The only thing that I did not appreciate as much was the styling of the hosts. I don't know, I mean, once again, these two ladies have a reputation, we know them, and because of that, we know that they are look queens. So when I saw some of the wardrobe choices, I was telling myself internally, I've seen better from them. But once again, it does not take away from the fact that they did an amazing job. And overall, you know, we have to give props to the Binibining Pilipinas organization for bringing two female hosts. It's all about the female empowerment. It's all about the feminism, and I'm all for it. You know, I really thought that this was a clever way to do things rather than, for example, what happened this year with Miss Universe, where they only had a female panel of judges. I believe that this is a better way to include female empowerment rather than just excluding men from being judges. Alright, so let's start by talking about the winners, and then I'm gonna tell you about who I think was robbed during the ceremony. I know that this is gonna be controversial for a lot of people, so hear me out on what I have to say. I'm gonna give you my reasoning behind it, and although I do understand that not everyone will agree, I just hope that you're open-minded enough to understand where I'm coming from. As the coronation night was happening, you know, I was in the live stream, I was looking at the comments of the fans, I saw the reactions, and I know that a lot of people were very happy and a lot of people were very sad about the outcome of the night. Me personally, I am okay with the winners. The reason for that is because this was such a strong group of candidates. Every single girl had so much to bring to the table that I knew from day one that there were not enough titles for the amount of amazing, excellent candidates that they had in the competition. But that's enough explaining. I'll just get into it. I'll talk about each winner and then I'll tell you my personal opinion about them. For Miss Globe, we have Miss Maureen Montaigne, which in my opinion was a fan favorite from day one. This girl was very eloquent from beginning to end. And I'm not just talking about the coronation itself, but throughout the entire competition. And because she has international experience, I feel like there was an extra layer of expectation when it comes to Maureen. For me personally, she was always within my top 10. She was a very strong contestant from day one. The only thing that I did not understand, that it didn't make much sense to me, was the fact that she was given the title of Miss Globe, when in my opinion Maureen had the potential to go for a much bigger title. I don't know if that's gonna be a missed opportunity right there. I leave that to you to come up with your own conclusions, but I believe that besides the title, Maureen is really gonna be good at making the Philippines proud and make them shine throughout the world. Next on the list, we have Miss Intercontinental Cinderella Obenita, and a lot of people are calling this girl a dark horse because when you think about it, Cinderella was always consistent from day one. There was not a moment throughout the competition where I told myself, oh, I don't like what she's doing, or I don't agree with her answer, or I think that she could have done better. No, she was always very consistent, very well spoken, very eloquent. She made sense when she expressed herself. So when I think about it, it's not a surprise that she did get a title. I believe that the judges really made up their minds during the coronation night because she was able really to bring her A game when it comes to that Q&A. For me personally, she delivered an excellent answer, and the way that she presented herself, not only with her looks but also with her answers, I mean, that was meant to be. Next on the list, we have Miss Grand International Samantha Palilio, and oh my god, guys! This is what I have to tell you, I'm really happy about. When I heard that they called Sam's name, like my heart just wanted to explode because I love this girl so much. As some of you guys know, if you've been on my channel for a while, I had the pleasure of interviewing her for Extraordinary Talks. And because I did have that personalized approach to her, I was able to see firsthand how beautiful she is, how smart she is, how committed. I mean, everything from her advocacy to the way that she will care so much for her community. Everything about Sam had like winner all over the place. And also keep in mind that Samantha Palilio is brand new to pageantry. This is a fresh girl. She really can bring like a new approach and like a new perspective, and I'm just beyond excited to see what she's gonna bring. She really has the physique, the facial structure of a Miss Grand International candidate, so I am beyond thrilled to see where she's gonna go and what she's gonna do with this platform. For Miss International, we have Hannah Arnold, and I know that Hannah is a fan favorite. Once again, this girl has so much support, and what I can tell you once again is that for me personally, she was consistent from beginning to end. There was never a misstep or something that I didn't agree with. If you ask me, she always brought her A game. Similar to the situation with Obenita, I feel like Hannah was really able to shine during the coronation night with her answer, with the way that she presented herself. I mean, can we talk about her gown with that reveal? For a moment, I had to stop the live stream and ask myself, am I watching Drag Race? Because like, I'm not used to see reveals in a pageant contest. But she was able to do that and bring like some fun, some excitement. And I believe that's part of the reason why she was chosen to hold this title. I believe that she will make the Philippines very proud because in my opinion, she is the perfect blend of new edge and being conservative at the same moment. I don't know if you get that, but eventually you will understand. Now, my friends, this is the section that everyone has been waiting for. We are going to talk about the queens who were robbed, and fasten your seatbelts because I have a lot to say. Okay, let's start by talking about Justine Belizarta. I have no words. My heart is broken, and as I was watching the live stream, as soon as I heard that her name was not called, I had to stop the live stream for a moment and just take like 2 minutes to kind of process, because I know firsthand how much this girl wanted this title. And it's not just only a matter of wanting the title, but Justine has worked for it consistently from beginning to end. I mean, when you think about it, this girl has been on everyone's top picks, on everyone's mouth for the past few months. Everything from her swimsuit presentation to her national costume to her Q&A, and even during the coronation night, she was a standout for me. She had the looks, she had the advocacy, and she also had the commitment. Do not forget that this girl went through surgery as she was competing in Binibining Pilipinas, and that for me says so much about the candidate, because anyone in that position would have just said, you know what, I'm just gonna come back next year, or I'll try again eventually. But not Justine, she really gave her all, and you could tell how much she wanted this. For me personally, it makes me extremely sad, and I'm very disappointed because I wanted more for Justine. And all I'm gonna say for the bashers out there, like, y'all need to put some respect on Justine Felizardo's name. Like, I don't care. I saw some people sending hate, and all I could think of is that that says more about you than it says about her. Next one on the list of queens that were robbed, I believe it's Honey Cartesano, and I mean, actually, I don't believe it. I know that she was robbed. It just does not make any sense to me that Honey Cartesano was not able to at least get closer to a title. Same as Felizardo, Honey was one of those girls who was extremely consistent from the beginning, but she was also exciting to watch, and listening to her, she was also amazing. Think of her national costume with the gigantes, think of her during the swimsuit presentation, think of her extremely meaningful answer during the Q&A workshop with Tito Boyabunda. She was one of the girls who has like a really impactful answer with the reference to India and the pandemic situation. And during Coronation Night, I was just blown away by her presentation and her gown. Oh my god, that gown was amazing. It was not something that you expect. It was not something repetitive, and it's not something that has been done before. I also think that her answer during Q&A was the one that I liked the most, because as she was speaking, I was just like applauding her, you know? Next one is Meiji Cruz, and a lot of you guys are gonna tell me, Luis, but Meiji made it as a second runner-up, which is so impressive. Don't get me wrong, I'm not taking credit away from that, but in my opinion, Meiji had the potential for so much more. What she's doing with her platform, what she's doing with her advocacy, and everything that she has delivered, physically speaking, is just outstanding. This is a seasoned queen, she has experience, she knows what she's doing, and her approach, her strategy for the competition was just on point in my opinion. And I know that a lot of people might think that I'm a little biased because I was able to have a conversation with her and all of that, and I do acknowledge that that might play a role in the fact that I'm rooting for her, but also that experience allowed me to know her better and what she stands for. So when I saw the outcome of the competition, I was a little disappointed, but still, she made it pretty near the top. Graciela Lehman is the other candidate that I was very shocked to see not get a title, because this girl was just amazing. I mean, like, physically speaking, I think like she had the best body from all of the candidates during the swimsuit presentation. Whenever she speaks, she has just the perfect balance between intelligence and looks. Like, whenever she spoke, it just made sense. It was reasonable. She was justifying her answer. You know how some ladies just tend to give very pageant-like answers without real substance? That was not the case for Lehman at all. So by the end, I was very surprised, but you know what? She's still young, she has a lot of potential, and I'm sure that eventually she will get her crown. Yasmin Di Maculangan, I mean, she has a special place in my heart because she was the first ever beauty queen that I interviewed for my channel and for my podcast. And the reason why I was surprised to not see Yasmin snatch a title is because she was such a big revelation for me and for so many. When it comes to her presentation, whether it's on the runway, whether it's during Q&A, whether it's with the national costume, she was exuding confidence. And especially knowing her background, right? Being a bullied kid and going through so much growing up, being able to make it to this point, and not only that, but also go beyond the expectations of everyone is just commendable. Whenever she was walking, she always had a smile on with so much ease, with so much confidence, so much sass. And you know, once again, she didn't make it, but it does not take away credibility from her. Last one on my list of rap queens is Karen Lori Mendoza. I mean, Miss Ilo, what happened, girl? You know that I have a little history of bias when it comes to Ilo on this channel, but Karen was really a deserving queen. Everything that she did throughout the competition, I mean, when you think of her national costumes, it was just so elaborate. I mean, hell, she even had like lights within her costume. Her presentation during swimsuit, her Q&A skills were just beyond this world. And if we're being completely honest, I mean, when Tito Boyabunda came on that screen, I was so excited. But as he was asking that question, I was just like, huh? I even saw some memes on Twitter about that question because it just did not make much sense to me. I see what they were trying to do, but the question, honey, deep down, I feel like Karen was always on point. Her advocacy was just so important, and she was bringing so much visibility in such a natural way, which I appreciate, and I was hoping to see her go further. But that's okay, Karen, don't worry, next time you'll get it, honey. Alright, so if you made it so far to this point, you already know what are my good opinions and what are my controversial opinions about the pageant. But I'm still gonna give you an overall view of this year's edition. In my very humble opinion, Binibining Pilipinas 2021 was a year of progress, of evolution, of adapting, and most importantly, of taking risks. From the perspective of a fan, I can tell you that this was a very entertaining pageant from beginning to end. There were a lot of activities and everything that was done was executed with a lot of quality. It was excellent. Much better than certain international pageants, if I'm being honest. You could tell that to a certain extent the Binibining Pilipinas organization is trying to evolve while still trying to carry their legacy, you know, because there is an entire history. You see that they're coming with so many new things, like the app and adapting new formats, but still putting in the front of it all that this is the most prestigious pageant in the country. In my opinion, because the organization is already taking so many risks, they wanted to play it safe when it comes to the winners. And that is absolutely no shade. They wanted to give the titles to people that they know who are consistent, people who were able to deliver what was expected from them from beginning to end, because at this point, they cannot take a risk of sending a candidate that one week might give you excellence and the next week is gonna be mediocre. They went for girls who have conventional looks in the sense that they look Filipina, but they can also be kind of like confused with a Latina. They can also look, you know, like European. It's kind of a mix of a lot of things. I feel like that was part of the strategy. And most importantly, I also think that deep down, they were aware of the age as well, because in a time of a pandemic, they cannot take the risk to crown a candidate that is very close to the age limit, send them, or then having the pageants delayed or something happens and therefore they get disqualified. Binibining Pilipinas is already in the middle of a transition process. This is a key moment for them and they cannot take the risk to be disqualified or not being able to make it to a pageant that they were counting on. But overall, as a fan, as a pageant blogger, I am very satisfied with the pageant. I am so happy for the winners. And for the ladies who didn't make it, that I was hoping more for them, that's perfectly fine because they still have all the credit, all the talent, all the beauty. No one can take that away from them. And I know that in the future, they will make it eventually to the places that they want to be. Those were my opinions. I don't know if that was very controversial or not. You be the judge of it. So go down in the comment section and let me know if you agree with everything that I exposed during this video. If you enjoyed my video, also don't forget to leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug because you know that's a little tradition on this channel. I know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, as usual, my friends, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.